This week is National EMS Week, and Air Idaho Rescue is celebrating all first responders who help with emergencies.
Maggie Moore is live in studio now to tell us more. Maggie, what is National EMS Week?
Well, Jeff and Kaylee, National EMS Week is a time set aside to thank and honor first responders and the life-saving work that they do. Yesterday, Air Idaho Rescue hosted a barbecue for all local first responders, including fire departments, police officers, sheriff's deputies, and dispatchers. It was a way for first responders to get together outside of an emergency situation.
Events like this give them a chance to just talk with each other, socialize, build those relationships in a low-stress, friendly environment. And building that camaraderie translates to working together more successfully when they're out in the field.
Now, I got to talk to some of those first responders at the barbecue about the challenges EMS personnel face here in eastern Idaho. They say the biggest challenge is funding EMS services, especially in smaller communities.
Give you just a little background, EMS in Idaho is not statutorily considered an essential service. So all these tiny little EMS services that we see scattered all over the state are there because the community feels as though it's important. The downside to a lot of that is that they're frequently kind of an afterthought. Some of these EMS services, they get what's left over in funding and they get what is left over in resources. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges that these EMS entities face right now, is that they're working really hard to convince the legislature and the citizens that Idaho needs a statutorily recognized provision that recognizes EMS as an essential service.
We're surrounded by a lot of smaller communities, and some of those communities have volunteer workers. And so a lot of the challenges is just lack of resources for these smaller communities to provide health care, and access to definitive care is lacking for a lot of these smaller communities. And that's where, you know, we all come together to use our greater resources to help them out.
National EMS Week is a great time to reach out to first responders in your area and see what you can do to show them some extra love. Reporting in studio, Maggie Moore, Local News 8.
All right, Maggie, thank you.